It's no secret to the administrators at Roberto Clemente that their school has a reputation.
I know in the community this is the school labeled for bad kids.
You know, you always hear it's the school for the bad kids.
But at Clemente, those same bad kids have experienced an impressive turnaround.
We have 15 graduating students, and the latest is 14 out of 15. It was 13 out of 15. 14 out of 15 kids got into college. Of the 14, 8 have gotten into four-year colleges.
That change is attributed to a more structured environment.
They did all that stuff at the other schools because they were allowed to do it.
Yeah, that was really my main problem coming from Huron High. I had too much freedom.
And that structure is geared toward one thing: academic achievement.
J.L. Brewer, 3.5.
And we hit them hard with academics, and that's constantly, that's all they hear around here is like, you better get those grades together. I don't care what you're doing, those grades better be where they should be.
The emphasis is accompanied by a strict zero-tolerance policy that comes from the top down.
When I got here the first day, I had a little PowerPoint up, this is who I am, and I told kids, don't F with me. I'm not the guy. Really. I was like, so the second day of school, kids tried, about 17 of them came out of uniform. They didn't make it to class. They didn't make it far at all. And boom, call home, go home. I mean, it was that simple. Never had a problem since then.
That policy is easier to enforce at Clemente than at other Ann Arbor public schools, especially because classes are usually capped at under 15 students.
In a class of 30, because I used to do it, if you can almost make a deal with the teacher. If you sit back in the back of the classroom, you don't do anything, you fall asleep, but you don't disrupt the class, then I'm not going to say anything to you. Whereas in a school this size, I guess that you can't hide. Students can't hide and teachers can't hide.
The Roberto Clemente family is not afraid to talk bluntly about what sets their school apart on the surface.
He's not scared of black kids.
Right.
Laugh all you want.
By having primarily African American students, you can talk to students in a way that you need to and don't have to be politically correct.
Race and other issues are also addressed in bi-weekly rap sessions, where students, faculty, staff, and parents gather to discuss issues facing students and their families.
So we are very frank. You know, our black boys, we tell them, look here, in Michigan, 1 out of 3 black boys graduate.
1 out of 3, that's horrific. That is absolutely horrific. We need to put that data out and address it. As uncomfortable as it is, it's more uncomfortable to let it go without notice.
And that's only part of the plan. By addressing race up front, Principal Benjamin Edmondson, who took over 2 years ago, believes he can help students who do poorly in regular school situations.
We have to understand that equal and equity are not the same thing. I think everybody wants equality. I don't want equality, I want equity. I want this kid to get what he needs to get him here, which might be different from this kid. And as I always say when I go around and I talk to people, I have 2 boys. I love them equally, but I treat them differently.
Treating his students differently has worked for Edmondson, who has a PhD in educational leadership. The rap sessions also focus on grades, a common theme at the school, with students who are performing well in school named personally, as well as those who are falling behind.
What drives me to get good grades is the academic achievement and also me being acknowledged.
The increased emphasis on good grades has produced noticeable improvements.
Now we graduate students to go to college. It used to be students just graduated and everybody was happy because nobody thought they would make it.
And they don't just want to make it to college. Many students want to pursue careers that will give back to the community.
I want to help young adults, teens, because I feel that that's when they are in trouble.
I really want to be a doctor. I was thinking about a surgeon, but that's too much blood and stuff for me. So I think I want to go with being a pediatrician because I do love children.
I plan on going to college. I want to be a social worker, work with kids and stuff. I think that really fit me from the life I came from, and I'd be an inspiration to a lot of kids. I can really relate.
But when our black students start achieving here, then everybody else is naturally going to achieve.
Despite rumors at Clemente that changes are imminent due to recent budget constraints, President of the Ann Arbor Board of Education, Deb Mexicott, insists that Clemente will remain as is for the coming year. And while some changes will be considered, nothing is set in stone.
If Roberto Clemente as a standalone program, in its own building continues to serve that purpose, with the idea that student achievement is at the center of it, then there wouldn't be any changes in the program.
And for Principal Edmondson, that's just the way it should be.
I think Roberto Clemente is a school that must stay open. If not, you're willing to lose 100 students that probably would not make it anywhere else. We live on tough love here, and that's what our students need.
Ben Freed, AnnArbor.com.